Hey folks, this is 5 Minute Maintenance and today is all about those hamstrings. It's the most common area I get asked about in terms of stretching and mobility, so I know there's going to be loads of you out there that are going to want to follow along and start loosening up those hammies. Welcome back to 5 Minute Maintenance. This is just 5 minutes to check in with your body, carry out a little bit of crucial maintenance and assess and address any issues you might have. If you're new here, please just take a second to subscribe to my YouTube channel, give my Facebook page a like, and there's a link in the description below to the 5 Minute Maintenance archive where you can find all the other videos in this series. Now today we're going to be working on the hamstrings. If I ever have a conversation about stretching, flexibility, mobility with people, the one thing that comes up is hamstrings. Everyone says they've got tight hamstrings. So this is just going to be a quick, simple 5-minute routine with lots of active stretching, dynamic stretching to loosen the hamstrings up. The active stretching is a much more effective and efficient way than just the standard stretch and hold. So we're going to start with just a really simple test so we can retest at the end, and that is going to be just as simple as touch your toes, bend over, see how far your fingers can get to the floor. Now I've not got the most flexible hamstrings and it is fairly early in the morning for me here, so I'm getting to about 5 centimetres above. I realise we're not completely isolating the hamstrings in that test, but it served its purpose as a simple test retest for the purposes of this routine. So we're going to start off with some hamstring windmills. If you follow my other videos, you'll have seen this exercise. It's one of my favourite warm-ups for the hamstrings. We're going to stand feet just wider than shoulder width, arms straight out, and we're going to hinge at the hips, so we're trying not to arch the back over. We're going to hinge down at the hips, keeping the arms out straight, and we're just going to windmill our arms down towards our feet, one side to the other. You'll feel as the hamstrings start to warm up, you're going to get a little bit further down towards the floor, towards the toes with each one. And we're just going to do this for about 20-30 seconds. Feeling those hamstrings lengthen, feeling things start to warm up. Okay, good. You should already be starting to feel things have started to loosen up a little bit back there. And now we're going to do some kickstands. So the way we do this is stand in this split stance with front leg nice and straight, rear leg behind, just balanced on the toes, and we're just going to hinge at the hips, lean forwards, try and keep this back nice and straight. I like to put my other hand on the small of my back just so I can tell if I start to bend over, I can feel that. And we're going to reach down to the floor as far as we can and stand up. And again, just in and out of this position about 5 or 6 times. And then what you can do, if you want to deepen the stretch a little bit, as you come down to here, is just take that rear leg off, point the toes towards the back of the room, and come down a little bit further into the stretch. Making sure that you're keeping this front leg nice and straight and you're feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. If you're not feeling the stretch in the hamstrings, it could be because your back is arched and taken the tension off there. So make sure you're feeling that stretch. Make sure you're hinging at the hips and that the leg's nice and straight. Putting a little bit of load in here, forcing the hamstring to work a little bit in that lengthened position is going to bring even more benefit than the standard active stretch. So we're going to swap sides now. Remember, front leg nice and straight, rear leg on the toes. Feeling in the small of the lower back to make sure we're not arching it. And we're just coming down, in and out. And then if you feel like you need to get into a deeper stretch here, just sending that rear leg behind you, coming a bit further down, deeper stretch. Making sure that front leg is nice and straight. The stretch is being felt in the hamstring. You're hinging at the hips rather than arching the back. And just coming down as low as you can into that bottom position. And then we're going to come down onto the floor this time. So we're going to finish off with some hamstring extenders, and that's just going to be lying on our back. One leg knee bent up, the other leg comes up like this, hands, fingers interlock behind the hamstring there. And we're just going to start raising the leg up, try to straighten it as much as possible. Just straight and bend, straight and bend. We're using the quads. This is the antagonist muscle, or the opposite muscle to the hamstrings. Using that muscle to pull the stretch on is a really good way of telling the nervous system that it can relax the hamstring. It's a really good way of getting extra stretch by using that antagonist muscle. If you need more of a stretch, you can bring the knee a bit further into the chest. I can't quite do that, as you can see, but some of you will be able to get nice and straight with the leg coming towards you. Whatever's comfortable for you. You may find you're out here, you may find you might not be able to straighten the leg fully. That's fine, whichever variation works for you. And then we're going to swap over and do exactly the same on the other side. We're just going to spend about 20 to 30 seconds just going in and out of this position. Remembering a nice squeeze in the quads, get that leg nice and straight, using the strength in the muscles to do that. And remembering to only go to what's comfortable for you. It doesn't matter where you are at, it matters what you're working on at your level. Okay, good. You should be a lot looser now in the hamstrings. So one thing left to do is retest. If you remember at the start, we tested just by touching the toes. We're going to do the same thing again and see how doing that routine has loosened us off. So I'm just going to do the same as I did before at the start of the session, and that's simply just bending over, trying to touch the toes. At the start, I was about 5 to 10 centimeters away from the floor, and as you can see now, I'm quite easily touching the floor there. So just 5 minutes, really loosened up my hamstrings, got an extra probably 15 to 20 centimeters length on them. Give it a go. Let me know if that worked for you. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see in these videos. Put your thoughts in the comments below. Share this video around if you found it useful, and I will see you in the next episode.